Hi and good evening, everyone. My name is Albert, and this is VlogsBoutNothin. Thank you very much for taking the time out of your night to join me. I really appreciate that. I'm kind of hoping for two things now. One, my phone doesn't die, and two, I don't have to re-record this video as a result of my phone dying. There's very few things that I dislike in this world more than having to re-record these one-take videos. One, because it makes it in fact not a one-take video, obvi, and two, just because it defeats the entire purpose of, as I, currently run the channel. So, I think I'm going to work with the time that I have, and I'm not going to run the risk of having to shoot this video twice, so it's going to be a little bit shorter than I wanted it to be, but nonetheless, let's talk about how Kid Cudi, is low-key one of the most underrated rappers, you feel me, so much as on over probably going to be named as one of the victims, in my opinion, from the P. Diddy case. And again, that is just in fact some rando's opinion. Please do not take anything I take with any sort of seriousness at all whatsoever, at least as it concerns those very technical things of which I have really no idea, just only opinions. But I say this because one of the charges outlined against Diddy is arson. And so, most notably, I mean, being the stranger and the random and the nobody that I am here in the high desert of Albuquerque, New Mexico, I even knew about him trying to blow up Kid Cudi's car, I mean, and the fact that, law enforcement or, no one else, mentioned it or, pursued charges or whatever is kind of like a real, sort of, dare I say, literally under the belt male kind of a move, I'll let your mind wonder there. Definitely was not a compliment, but what a thing for a person to do. I mean, Puff Daddy was treating the real world like Grand Theft Auto. And, to his, I guess, credit, he remained a free man in what otherwise would be, a clear right away conviction and imprisonment for every one of us other normals, but not for Puff Daddy, not for that guy. But again, I bring up, obviously, and the content is supposed to be about Kid Cudi, but you feel me, he dropped a new video about 2 months ago, a video called Superboy. I've been listening to it for a few days now. It's a really good track. I'll put a link in the description below. Kid Cudi went from being Man on the Moon to, you feel me, the guy on The Pursuit of Happiness, the X soundtrack or whatever. Kid Cudi has been a big part of a lot of the younger generation's culture, I'd say, because, Man on the Moon or that was a dope album, but actually I got introduced to that album by my younger brother. So he's just, a little bit younger, you feel me, more of like a older Z kind of rep, I'd say, so far as that particular era of rap goes. But nonetheless, highly influential figure. He went through his, trying times with addiction, and then, most notably just recently, a few years ago, made a huge recovery and became sober and dropped some new music, and now he's right back on the grind, and I'm sure his life's made a little bit easier knowing that the man who tried to blow him up or just blow up his car just so that he could intimidate him is in jail and was just denied bail a few hours ago by a federal judge who I'm assuming wanted nothing to do with Puff Daddy. Ironic enough, it was in fact a female judge who denied his request for bail. But I say that because the world is, in fact, a whole bunch of irony. And you can't go around treating people like that, Mr. Combs, without expecting, the ultimate sort of hammer of irony to come smacking right back down on you. There's not going to be any really room for forgiveness with that magistrate. And as rightfully so. No man should have ever given him the opportunity to post bail either. It's just super ironic in that Puff Daddy was accused of some serious things today. And so only time will tell, but we all kind of know where that's going to end up. I hope that you guys have a really good night. I gotta cut the video short because I don't want the phone to die. I really just don't want to record the video again. So I'm gonna end the video, put the phone on the charger, chill for a minute. I hope that you guys have a really good night. I might have some really good news to report tomorrow. And in fact, the dynamics of the entire show might change tomorrow, which is something, I've been kind of like thinking might happen, and I'm really excited that it's gonna happen sooner than later. There's some personal things that I need to address, sooner than later. I mean, it's only taken me 36 years to really kind of hone in on the fact that I have to, at some point, address my own personal life. I can't keep putting it off forever. So that's really, where I'm at, and it's kind of where the focus of the whole program's been. But tomorrow, everything's going to change just a little bit. I got a strong feeling about it. I'm not going to say that, it's for sure yet, but I'm fairly certain that in about 14 hours, I'll be right back here in the same spot, presenting you guys with some new content. And, I think people are going to enjoy it for the most part. Still not the kind of quality or level of production that it will eventually be at. But if things go right tomorrow and stuff, hopefully it'll be a lot sooner than later that we start to see some better production on this channel and, a different experience for you at home because of what will inevitably have to change so far as it concerns the IRL streaming part of the show. And that's all it's really been, I mean, we've had extemp talks, we've had some open letters, we've had some random rants, but for the most part, the content has remained stable and it has remained reliable. So I hope again that you there at home or at work or in your car or wherever you may be are just as excited as I am to grow up a little bit and, also be able to share that experience in real time as it's happening, because that's kind of like my whole life. So I hope that you guys have a really good night, and I look forward to hopefully changing up the content tomorrow because of, hopefully I'll get a job, but I'll know soon. So I hope that you guys have a really good night, okay? Bye.